Hello, everyone. About an hour ago, I just came back from a second doctor's appointment about my IBS. So, if you guys haven't been paying attention to what's been going on, I'm 47, and my age is coming to attack me, and my wellness, well, my health wellness is not that great right now. But I'm doing the best I can to try to stay cheery, try to stay positive, even though a lot of bad stuff has been taking place. And I'm not a big fan of what's going on. And, you know, so recently I discovered that I have IBS. And today I went to a follow-up update to the doctor's office and did some tests, did some counseling, talking. So, like I said the day before yesterday, um, there are going to be a lot of me doing pretty much nothing other than what I do best is try to inform you and update you guys transparently on this channel. Listen, everything I do on this channel is transparent. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything. And I want people to understand the narratives that, like, all I want is a bunch of people to realize that I'm many just like you that probably don't have family, or if you do have family, they just don't like your ways of how you do things around yourself and how you date intellectual. I don't know. It could be a number of things. But right now, I can use the mental health friendship because last night I did something stupid. I decided at 7 o'clock, well, it was like 7:45. I was going to sit and babysit the whole community refrigerator last night and the sleeping bag. So, and yeah, and the sleeping bag actually got wet last night. I didn't know the spot that I was sitting in front of was going to get wet because apparently water drips from the school. So I just slept right in front of across the street at the school to see if anyone would donate. I will wake up every hour or now and then, right? Because you know I got insomnia. I got a sleeping problem as well. I don't sleep very often, and then if I do, it's like 3 to 4 hours, and then I would back up, and then yeah, I got to find something to do, right? So So we sat up in front of the community refrigerator and then we slept there and no one last night donated any food. So I'm saying, okay. So I reached out to One Love and they said like, well, they donated their food to the other community refrigerators because mind you, there's like a total of 6 or 7 of the One Love community refrigerators and they decided to donate to the other side of Brooklyn and that's a little bit too far from my taste. After I was told I was supposed to be physically not doing anything, not supposed to be doing activities, I'm not supposed to be lifting things or, you know, walking 31,000 steps a day, which the doctor thought that was great. I even was showing the doctor, hey, I'm going to be honest, look at my phone. That's the other day. This is what I was doing the other day. You think this is a result to what's going on? He said, what the? 31,000 steps? Wow, man. Him and another doctor, she was impressed like, wow, I don't even walk that much, and I'm a doctor, and I walk around this hospital all freaking day. Yeah, so there's a big concern of me not kind of listening. It's not that I'm not listening. It's the fact that I gotta survive, and that's where they have to come to my terms. They're like, I'm not like everyone else in the city. I know you get a lot of homeless individuals and a lot of people coming here for doses of drugs, trying to look for a fix, or they abuse the over-the-counter drugs and mix those over-the-counter drugs with other drugs. I get it, but I'm not looking for drugs. I'm looking for help. Now, I reached out to your advocate advisor here in the hospital 2 months ago. I explained this to them, and they gave me this rundown that I already know about it, but I can go down to the New York City Human Rights Division department and file uh, a discrimination complaint against that particular social worker and her agency because I didn't know they changed agency policies here in New York City. So each social worker is basically like in a district. So yeah, it's like New York City has districts of yeah, it's weird. So take it with a grain of salt. But right now I'm in storage and I'm grabbing the other sleeping bag because I'm gonna double up. Even though that sleeping bag is destroyed, I'm just gonna double up because tonight it's gonna be a little rough. It's very cold. It's cold outside now. It's not warm anymore. It's just 2 days ago it was 80 degrees. Now it's going to be feeling like -7 Celsius. I don't know how much of that is in Fahrenheit, but I don't do Fahrenheit as much. I do Celsius, kilograms, centimeters. So if anyone asks my height, I'm like 171 centimeters. Okay, you do the math. But I'm in the storage right now. I gotta fix a few things, but also take this other sleep bag. And I'm gonna double up. I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna sleep at this community refrigerator. And also, I'm bringing a big shopping bag because I'm carrying these Target bags, and I realized the Target bags, the white paint on the logo that comes off. Be careful with that. The doctor just informed me today. He's like, I see you have a lot of those Target bags. He's like, you should be careful with that ink and that's on that bag because it could be a contribute to what you feeling. Because I've been when I told the doctor, it's every morning since after surgery. I feel nauseous when I get up. It takes me a while to even like yeah get up and try to move properly. And then when I move properly, I try to walk so I get my mind off it. I keep telling him that there's abdominal pain, there's like kidney. It feels like my kidney or my liver is bad. They test my kidney and liver, and mind you, I told him, and they even asked me how much alcohol you drink. It's like I don't, dude. I haven't even drunk in a minute, and this is why I was telling them like I don't even miss it. I'm not an alcoholic, so that's not the problem. I drink plenty of water, and that's when they told me it's the electrolyte process. Like I'm not getting enough electrolytes, so I gotta consume electrolyte beverages, or I need to buy supplement powder, and that is why I'm going through some stuff. I'm not getting the nutritions, the vitamin intake on a daily basis. So, and that's what I need. And then I told the doctors, like, can I be real with you guys? This is New York. And I can't afford a lot of things. You may sit here and think I can afford it, but I can't. So, let me be honest with you. And then the doctor reached out. Wait, I got some good news on this part, though. The doctor reached out to our agency that works with people that are about to get evicted or facing eviction or can't afford their rent. They reached, mind you, he applied this 2 weeks ago, but he told me about it, then I totally forgot that he even told me about it. But we met up with someone briefly about the assessment. And listen, from what I was told today was like there's a possibility they can help me, but like I said, got to give New York City time to figure out spacing, availability, and how much they can, you know, give me a stipend for. It's called a stipend. That's what it's called. It's called a stipend. A stipend for a housing assistance, basically. But since I'm renting month to month, they gotta look at other terms because I'm not in a HICHA housing complex. Because normally this program works for people that are already in housing under the HICHA housing system here in New York City, and it does suck, you know. But they may want to look at it, but this is what they can offer. They can offer $1,700, and I have to come up with the rest of the rent. That is just an estimate, not a guarantee. It's just an estimate what they said. They can give me 1,700, but I gotta cover the other pretty much $1,000 rent fee. So, because there are people in the city of New York that are paying like 850, 860, 900, $1,000, because their apartments are rent controlled or locked in because either they are with this program, like I said, you have to be in one of these NYCHA housing complexes to order to enroll in this program. It is not rare that people outside of NYCHA are enrolled in this program, but if let's say I had a relative here and I was living here all my life and I didn't make videos, right? And let's say I had a grandmother and I'm staying with my grandmother and suddenly our apartment was rent control because of her, but she passed away and now NYCHA wants to try to get me out of the apartment so they can, up the price on that apartment, right? But when you go to these programs, that program is to help people that are facing evictions or high due rent. And this is why NYCHA doesn't repair most of these buildings in New York City, because when you have an advocate that steps in and tries to help people like that, they intervene in their plans to try to change that apartment or increase an apartment's rent in the city. So, but with that said, I just wanted to share that good news. It's not guaranteed, but 1,700 and I got to come up with $1,000. It's like, it's just an estimate. It's not guaranteed. So someone next week will get in contact with me about that and inform me if I'm can participate, because mind you, most people that participate in this program are basically 50 and older, and or with families facing eviction. Single individuals, like I said, just like let's say my grandmother owned that apartment plat. Let's say my grandmother had a rent control place and she passed away, right? Let's just say she passed away. That's when they can step in and say, hey, I've been living here for like 23 years and helping my grandma pay rent. And I'm on that lease, but now they want to evict me since she's gone. And this is the problem in New York City. The city, NYCHA, they just try to evict people without caring about the consequences of what they're going to face, what these people are going to face, or what I'm going to face. So, hope that makes sense. But right now, I'm doing the best I can. I'm looking for my screwdrivers because I broke the audio and I can't find my screwdriver kit. But tonight I'm going to take these two, well, the other sleep bag is at home. I'm going to take this broken sleeping bag, because this is the broken sleeping bag from like, I don't know, like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. I kept it just in case for emergency purposes because I felt like I can fix it, kind of. I'm not like a expert. I'm not an expert in, well, I know how to sew and thread, but I'm not an expert at that. I learned that when I was in Korea. But this is why I trust Koreans with fixing stuff, because they know how to do a good job. But where is the... But right now, this is my third day without food, just to give you guys context. I haven't taken my meds yet. Keep that in mind. And this is what I was telling the doctor, like, because this morning, well, not this, late this afternoon, well, you can say early this afternoon, because I was there at 1:15. He was like, did you take your meds? How does it feel? I said, actually, I didn't take them yet. He goes, why not? What's the hold up? What did I just told you? I was like, I haven't got to that point because I haven't been eating. So this is my third day without food. Because apparently all of my accounts are compromised, apparently. Being penalized again for overdrafting. So with that said, everyone, I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to update everyone about the diagnosis on my IBS, and yeah, they still want me to wear a diaper though. I asked them about that. I said, listen, doc, I'm a bit insecure about wearing a diaper. I literally told him the truth. Like, is a diaper necessary? He's like, listen, it's up to you, but if you had the same problem and the problem persists while you're taking meds, then we recommend that you take the diaper and you save the sample for us. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna. I told him, yeah, but I can't afford to buy those stupid diapers. I'm not going to. I'm just being honest. I'm not being a dick. It's just I can't afford it. And those diapers are more expensive than the baby diapers. I'm like, why are they expensive than the baby diapers? That's wild. How adult diapers cost more. Oops. Adult diapers cost more than baby diapers. I'm not surprised because this is New York. But if I was in Wisconsin, guarantee it would be cheaper. I can't find a screwdriver. I don't know where the screwdriver is. Dude, I just had all my screwdrivers. I'm trying to fix this stupid thing. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get going. With that said, wish me luck at the community fridge tonight, because it's going to be a cold and very windy one. They're talking about 35, well, on my phone, because like I said, kilometers, that's what I do. It says 35 kilometers per hour. I'm like, that's very windy. So, wish me luck tonight, friends, because I'm going to try it again. Because lately, like I said, I'm on a dietary restriction, so I'm not supposed to have no garlic, no onion. Keeps telling people that no onion either. I can't have onion. It's costing too much gas. So lately, I've been consuming things that had onion, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was okay to consume the onion, but turns out I was wrong. It's not okay to consume the onion. Where is... Oh, my panda, man. Can't believe... Where is the screwdriver? But anyway, thank you for listening, everyone. But, yeah. Now, I had to get a few things, like I said. Electrolyte juice. Actually, I saw, well, that might be just Amazon, but a 16-pack of Gatorade. It's cheaper online than the store for some reason. I don't know. But then again, it is a delivery, so that's through Instant Cart. But, alright, let me go find my screwdriver, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.